Welcome back to Hoop Historians Podcast. We put basketball in proper perspective. I'm your host, D Knows Ball. I'm here with Ray and Lil Chris. Today we're gonna be talking about pretty much the first round and and just everything going on with the NBA, man. How you boys doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good. Excited. So interesting stuff happening in NBA. So I'm ready to get into it.
Uh, Ray, what you on over there, man?
Same old, same old. Some teams kind of shook up people playoff brackets. So yeah, I'm ready to get into it too.
Yeah.
Don't pop it off.
So everybody in the basketball world or just the NBA world in particular, um, it's no secret about the Clippers and their history since acquiring Paul George and Kawhi. Um, History repeated itself again this year, and Stephen A. had some choice words about it. Um, he said that they should force Kawhi to retire because it seems like it's the experiment that they tried has failed, and he can't seem to stay healthy. So he said just blow up the whole operation, and that should start with them trying to get Kawhi to just completely retire from the game of basketball. Um, the other dude on there, Mad Dog, he kind of co-signed it basically and agreed with everything. But JJ Redick had a different opinion on it. He his response was, I could tell, a little bit more personal, being that he did play a high level of basketball for over 10 seasons and had his fair share of injuries, especially a hamstring injury that kind of slowed his career down towards the end. And he basically came to the defense of not only just Kawhi, but just NBA players when people try to criticize people for not playing through injuries or feel like people trying to question if they really
Man, he
just
questioning niggas' mental toughness and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They
and
come on, Ray.
I think that's a thin line you walk, and that's why when we talk about the Jordans, the AIs, the Kobe's, the people like those are rare people that did those things, that play through injuries, and like you can't even count on one hand other like any other players during their eras that was known for just playing through injuries. So the fact that we make it seem like that, like this era that don't play through injuries, this ain't the first era, and that's not fair to try to. That's not fair to try to hold every single NBA player accountable for three players. And I mean, people bring up the Willis Reed incident. He wasn't known for playing through injuries. That was one incident, and that was only one game, but he didn't even play the whole game.
Chris, what
Like
you
that's
got to
the
say? How do you feel about just the opening statement of Ray? And he basically, because it sounded like Ray kind of agreeing with JJ Redick, man.
Ah, let me say this. I agree. I agree for the most part with JJ Redick too. But I think Stephen A definitely went too far. I think Stephen A definitely, exaggerated a lot, and JJ Redick trying to rein him back in and give him perspective from like an actual athlete and someone who's been through injuries before. Like he said, he had a hamstring injury that you know almost ended his career and everything. So that's where JJ Redick is coming back in with that athletic perspective. In my opinion, I'm gonna say players do now. To me, they take it a little bit more easier and they do load manage a lot more, especially throughout the regular season, than I think in the past. Now, does that matter necessarily? It's up to you. and how you feel about the regular season and how you feel about the playoffs. I mean, we just seen Milwaukee go out in the first round. We just seen, people that don't play as much and the people that don't play as much in the regular season and teams don't got that chemistry in the regular season, they don't be doing as well in the playoffs. So, to me,
how do you feel about the Kawhi?
Look, so just in terms of just Kawhi, because I feel like that shit is capped, man. It's been 5 years. This shit ain't work. I don't care what's been happening. We done tried to load manage the nigga. That shit ain't work. We done tried to we done tried everything we can try with Kawhi. It's not working. And at what point are we just gonna say it don't matter what it is? This shit does not work.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Like, that's just me. I don't think Kawhi and Paul George, the two injury-prone dudes, when playoffs come around, they're never healthy. They're never ready for the big moment. The last time, like Ty Lue said, every time they play, they win a series. Well, Denver got them up out of there in the bubble. So I don't know if that's necessarily true at the same time.
I was telling that to
Ray, because it's like I don't know, Ray. I don't know. So you still feel like you agree with JJ Redick? Because I don't know. I can't go.
Me agreeing with JJ Redick does not mean I think that with this experiment they tried still just has been a failure. I was basically just agreeing with the part when he was saying that, like, how he was trying to at this point, it ain't even about basketball no more. People try to attack the character of Kawhi more than they try to attack his game because they know when he's on the court what he's going to produce. So that's obviously not what they're trying to attack at this point. So if that was the case, they would have been criticizing his game, which they can't because he's efficient and he's performing or outperforming other superstars when he go against them. So that can't be the case. So at this point, I just feel like it's an attack on his character. And they know since he's a quiet guy, he's not going to say anything back. So they feel like, oh, I can just say anything, and that's just what it's going to be. But when somebody decides to defend Kawhi, because Kawhi is not one of those guys that's going to come out and be like, whoop-de-woo and all that stuff. He just going to kind of just be in the shadows. Yeah. So when somebody actually does defend Kawhi, the first thing people try to bring up is, oh, well, he can't stay on the court. Well, that's not – we got to stay on topic. That's not what they was talking about in particular. Stephen A. started going off the rails as he usually do, trying to create a viral moment, start yelling and all this other stuff. Like,
but is that not valid though, y'all? He said he's the worst superstar that this league has ever seen. Who's been a worse superstar in terms of being an actual superstar? Production.
So when Penny Hardaway's short stint of a superstar ended, we didn't criticize him as saying he's the worst superstar. When T-Mac couldn't get out the first round and was also injury prone, we never called him the worst superstar ever. When AI was struggling to get back to the finals after one trip to the finals, we never called him the worst superstar ever. So why is Kawhi the worst superstar ever when he's been a finals MVP twice, 2 rings, 2 defense player of the years? Like, how is he the worst superstar ever?
I think people look at Kawhi's career after, like, before Toronto and then after Toronto. So after Toronto, that man has done nothing really. He's put up good games. He's had great series, but he hasn't won anything. He hasn't gone too far.
But that's the thing. It's not even promised you folks even, like, you don't even get a ring in your career. He has 2 of them.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
The trajectory Kawhi was on, we thought he was gonna do more already. Come on, man.
Especially with the team around him with the Clippers. Like, the Clippers had some good talent on their rosters.
So why are we not crucifying Durant like this? Durant got them 2 rings, and since then,
no, stop. We don't crucify Durant.
We don't. Who has said he the worst superstar ever? People still saying he top 15 all the time, even though he done made some questionable moves in his career.
Because at the end of the day, Durant still comes back from every injury and he plays. He's playing now. He just came off injury. He done played 40 minutes a game, man.
That's why I feel like it's valid
to call Kawhi the worst superstar.
So we ain't gonna act like
it's valid, bro. Not because it's any fault of his own, but just because of the reality of
Kawhi doesn't have the luxury of having another number 1 on his team that can take over, take control or take the wheel. So
Paul George can't do nothing.
He's hurt.
Paul George ain't on number 1. Paul George ain't been on number 1 since LeBron was on the Heat.
That's fine,
So-
but
so-
Paul George is still a decent number 2. I'd love to have him as my number 2 when he's on the
But
court.
where was he though?
What was that series when Kawhi left? What was that series when Kawhi, was injured and Paul George still won him a series? Was that the Utah series? I think Paul George was still
I
the
think
one.
I think we overrate that because it's Utah at the end of the day. We seen Gobert in the
it's valid, but
playoffs.
he still got it
We
done.
seen Gobert, and we seen is that the same Paul George that struggled against a rookie Mitchell though? Like I don't understand.
He got his revenge.
He had a way better team around him, even with Kawhi getting injured. He had a way better team around him than he had at OKC.
But you brought up Penny Hardaway, Ray, but Penny Hardaway not NBA 75. Tracy McGrady did make the NBA 75. They didn't have 2 MVPs going into a Clipper situation. No,
I don't think so. No.
But you see what I'm saying on that in terms of the superstar on that level, like one of the 175 greatest players to ever play, going to a situation where we think they go compete.
I don't think he's the worst super.
They didn't make a finals. Who's a worse superstar than him? That's on Kawhi's level of actual production player.
So if you was on an NBA 75, I'm assuming at some point in your career you a superstar, right? If you're on an NBA 75.
I mean, you got to keep it modern too. Don't bring up no Paolo Rising or nobody like that.
Is Damian Lillard considered a superstar?
Did Damian Lillard make NBA 75?
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Okay.
Is Russell Westbrook considered a superstar? He was at one point in his career.
Yeah, he was.
You got to take these things into consideration when you say things. Kawhi is like, come on now. In modern basketball, it's only 3 players I can really name off the top of my head that's had a better career and considered better players. And that's Steph, KD, and LeBron. So if you to sit here and say he's the worst superstar, name me another superstar. It's other superstars in this era. And they're not on the same level as Kawhi. You can say, he got less points than so-and-so. Is he better, though? No.
But it's like, damn, you're not going to knock him for not being available? Like, that goes into your superstardom, too. How many games possible could you have played and how many games you actually
finals
played?
MVPs, you have to be available, especially when it matters most.
Man, all I'm saying is it's valid. He's in the argument as one of the worst superstars in terms of what he did.
It's just like with anything in media, especially in sports. Once the narrative is pushed, once the envelope has been pushed through that door, it's nothing you can say in defense of that person anymore. The only thing that's gonna play in their mind is what the narrative has been pushed on.
But Ray, we not gonna act like we wasn't already saying this type of stuff though. We was already calling Kawhi like, man, this shit's a failure, just like KD in Brooklyn. I feel like the Brooklyn failure was bigger just because that shit just was stupid and nasty. But the Clippers was the second worst failure in the last 10 years, man. Them has been the 2 worst failures, Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard. They both moved teams. They both controlled the organization, and neither one of them won a championship, man.
That's true.
Neither one of them even made it. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them even made it to a finals. So I'm saying we do kill Kevin Durant for that. We call him, he can't win without Steph. He's a runner. He's going over here. But Kawhi Leonard just sitting on the bench, racking up money, not playing, not getting nowhere either. So it's like, we know what he can be, but what was he for the Clippers, right? Like, if you compare Clippers Kawhi to other superstars. That ain't saying much.
That's not saying much. Who he in competition with? Lamar Odom, Blake Griffin. That's it.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul didn't win nothing with the Clippers, so
Chris Paul ain't won nothing. Period.
That's fair.
Is he in consideration as the worst superstar all time too? Okay. Like it's some players that get.
Oh wow, it's not good just because you're Stephen A.
Bro, it's crazy. Kawhi gets called the worst superstar. He gets called unavailable. It's other players in NBA history that has done way less than him that was available. So what? Like why? So we like y'all always say, we supporting losing now. Like we praising losing. Kawhi has actually got it done twice. But we getting on him because lately, man, you've been injury prone, so we gotta stick. That's the story we gonna stick with. That ain't his own. That's not his career. That's part of his career.
But man, if you compare
Damian Lillard career with Clippers Kawhi, them niggas did about the same thing.
Once again, you literally have to shorten Kawhi's career just for Damian Lillard to have a better career than him. That sounds crazy when you think about it, don't it?
Didn't we also say he got less career points than Andrew Wiggins and Aaron Gordon and niggas like that?
And none of them have the accolades he has still.
I mean, all I'm saying
is now that how you put it in perspective, that shit do sound wild, calling him the worst superstar ever, but
man,
that shit. And then Stephen A did bring up he don't talk to the media, he don't represent your brand, he don't go out there and try to actually look like you a partner. So it's like when you bring up all that, and then his own coach don't know what's going on with him.
He's speaking from the outside looking in.
Now Tyloo came out
basically be like, man, we don't know what's going on. Like they be saying they don't know what's going on with Kawhi at times.
I mean,
I'm not gonna go as far as to say he's the worst or like on the court. That man's great, but he need to be on the court more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I second that statement.
Because niggas, if they say availability the best ability, and he's been the most unavailable superstar that we done seen in the modern era. I don't know, Ray. I get what you're saying because he's not the worst superstar. That is
the
crazy.
best ability is capability.
Is what?
The best ability is capability. If he's capable, he's gonna be out there.
If you can,
if you ain't available, how can you be capable?
Exactly. How can I be available if I'm not capable of being out there?
Here you go.
If you would always not capable of being out there, then what's the point of having you on my team?
It ain't Kawhi's fault. You keep on re-signing me. If you offer me something, I'm gonna take it. I ain't dumb now.
But what else?
Okay, we can get off of that. What else did anybody here talk? What else been going on, man? That we was discussing.
Like gossipy. What's been gossipy
going on?
Oh yeah. Until further notice, Draymond Green is still the NBA's true villain. We figured out that Dillon Brooks is a fraud. Being a villain, hey, you got to have thick skin, and we found out Dillon Brooks does not have that. I thought we had a new age villain out there. Really the first villain that really comes to mind, and he played the villain role differently than how Draymond does it. Was Dennis Rodman though.
Yeah,
I told you, Draymond to me is the second greatest role player of all time, and just depending on how you look at Rodman, he the greatest role player I done seen. Because I feel like Draymond Green better than Lamar Odom. He better than Shane Battier. He better than the role players that like. Who's a better role player that we done seen?
The only reason I wouldn't say his game is better than Lamar Odom's. I'd say what he does at his role may be better than Lamar. But as far as a basketball player, Lamar Odom.
I'm talking about impact, just impact on the team. Is like if you take this dude off, then
you take Lamar Odom off the Lakers, they're not winning none of those championships. Because he was a key piece in that Houston Rockets series. He was a key piece in that Denver series in the Eastern Conference in the Western Conference Finals. It's a lot of things that people, man, you gotta realize he's the only one on a championship team that was there before the championship team got there. And he was the only one holding it down that when Kobe was the only one they didn't have no help. LeBron was his only help.
That boy tapping
on the table. My bad, bro. I know you love Lamar. But he just don't got the individual accolades that Draymond got though either.
Yeah.
Like Draymond Green got
actual accolades, like defensive player of the year. He got all NBA, all.
I would have loved. That would have been a fun battle though. to see Lamar, because Lamar was, man, he wasn't backing down from nobody. I remember, I remember that series like it was yesterday when him and Scola was going at it. So I would have loved to see Lamar and Drake, because neither one of them know punks. So I don't take anything away from neither one of their games. That would have been
And
fun.
the thing about Dillon Brooks is he's not even a top 5, top 10 role player, is he? Is Dillon Brooks a top 10 role player?
Talking about currently?
Yeah.
Currently, not lately. This has been a terrible showing by him. I know I done criticize him heavily, but I'm even surprised by how he's been playing in this series.
He's been playing horrible.
And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought
I liked him coming at LeBron just because y'all know I'm anti LeBron. But it's just like if you go come at a dude like that, you gotta at least live up to some of it. Like I've been ducking my head talking about Dillon Brooks since the series actually started. That shit sounded good, but when the series actually started, this dude is garbage. He can't guard 38-year-old LeBron. Talking about Miami LeBron, that dude would have put nuts on his back.
That was crazy.
Yeah, not even address it, not even say nothing. Just go into hiding. That's insane. Shoot 1 of 11 from 3. That's insane.
He's just 38-year-old
LeBron too, y'all. Come on now. Like I hate LeBron, but
he's still
way. He's still like, what we gonna say, 3 times better than Dillon Brooks.
It's not quantifiable in my opinion, but I don't know. They got to show me something in this next game.
We gonna get to the Lakers reaction, so we gonna save the game.
Yeah.
But because I got a lot to say, especially Ray, the Lakers fan. But Dillon Brooks, is he who's the top role players that we can just think of? Because we got. I'm demoting Drew Holiday. We're gonna get into that. He's a role player now.
Brook Lopez.
You got Brook Lopez. You got who's another
Jordan Clarkson.
Great role.
Jordan Clarkson.
But see, Jordan Clarkson an actual starter now though. So, but
you can be a starter and a role player.
Norman Powell, Malcolm Brogdon.
You ain't off 6 men. That ain't. It's more than just a role play than just being a 6
I'm
man.
not trying to. Okay. Let's say,
is he better than Dorian Finney-Smith?
Who?
Dillon Brooks.
I feel like they just as switchable on defense, and I think Brooks has a higher ceiling. I think Brooks has a higher ceiling on offense, because on offense, Finney really just more of a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah,
and a slasher at times. I wish I would see him slash more. I think he got underrated athleticism. I'm like, dude, you can use that more.
Is he better than DeAndre Hunter? I'm just throwing that names.
I don't know if I could say either one is better than the other.
Yeah.
Let me
see. So it's like he's not even better than
Brandon Clark on his own team, bro.
Is he better than Malik Monk?
Nope.
No.
Oh, I know offensively he not. I mean, Monk ain't a bad defender, but he not on the level.
I'll take
Davion Mitchell over Dillon Brooks. That boy been doing a hell of a job on Steph.
Oh yeah.
Well, just a hell of a job as
you can do.
See, I don't even
think Dillon Brooks not even a top 10 role. I bet if we sat here long enough, we can name 10 dudes. But
Derek White. I don't know if you already said that one.
See, nope, he
ain't better than half of the Celtics role players and the Warriors role players. He ain't better than Kevin Looney. I'll take Kevin Looney over him.
Looney been doing his thing.
I'd take D'Anthony Melton over him, honestly.
Nah, D-Lo, no. Melton, yes.
D-Lo, Ray. I love D-Lo.
No, I said DiVincenzo.
I'm taking DiVincenzo. I'm taking. No, I ain't taking
Grayson Allen. Nah, yeah,
no.
Am I taking Bobby Portis?
Probably not this year.
No.
Torrey Craig.
Hey, Torrey Craig been
Hooping.
He been hooping lately. He sent the Clippers home.
Shit, he got a
Argument with Eric Gordon at this point. That boy, Dillon Brooks really ain't on nothing, bro. We can't. I don't even want to waste no more time on Dillon Brooks. What else been going on? 'Cause he's not even the top 10 role player currently.
Nah.
And we literally was sitting here.
Thinking of names, and we can say he was definitively better than Finney Smith.
Is he better than Tyus Jones?
No.
Nope.
So he ain't. Oh man.
This dude, Dillon Brooks.
This ain't it. We done figured it out real time, y'all, on Hoop Historians. Dillon Brooks is not even a top 10 role player, man.
And really, it's his own doing. He dropped his own stock off this series.
Yeah.
Remember we was talking about Anthony
Edwards, because I wanted to talk about this too. Because, like, y'all know, I fuck with Anthony Edwards, man. But I do not like the fact that he left the game after they lost to the Nuggets. He ain't dapped nobody up. He ran straight to the back. Then I heard he was punching on people. What happened with that? Right?
I don't know about the punching on people before. I just know about the chair accident. He
Yeah.
hit like two staff employees or something
Yeah.
that work at the Nuggets arena or whatever. And now they saying that he could be. I think they cited him like what was it? It was some type of assault charge. I can't remember what it was.
It's a third degree assault, something like that. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Nah.
I don't like that, bro. I feel like
that was a little immature.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he even
Chris,
grabbed
how old are
the chair
you?
in the first place.
Chris, how old are you?
22 now.
Anthony Edwards. Damn, Anthony Edwards
even younger than you. Yeah.
Still though,
And
21-year-old, 21, man, that's too old to be acting like that.
Yeah, it's too old to be doing that, in my opinion. Like,
especially when you was
balling. It's not even like you hanging. You should be doing all that if you play like shit. But Anthony Edwards was hoping. He was the reason why they were doing what they were doing.
swing that chair at Cat.
Cat is terrible, bro.
Nah.
Terrible. It's like
he's not terrible. He good. But remember, he was saying he was the best big man shooter since Dirk. And you coming out there, Dirk was smart, bro. Dirk was a smart basketball player. Dirk had offensive IQ. Cat don't got no IQ like that. We don't literally watch this dude at the top of the key, yell with the ball in his hands, looking up, looking side to side, not paying attention to a defender just coming and taking the ball. Like, his IQ is just terrible, bro. And I just feel like, I don't know, man, but I just feel like Anthony Edwards is like, you wasn't the reason why y'all lost, so why you so mad? Unless you mad at these niggas Gobert and Cat and fucking McDaniels for punching the goddamn wall. And
yeah, that whole team over there in Minnesota needs some discipline, needs something like that. Cause
Chris, you own to something. It is this. They need a new coach. They need a new coach.
You got Gobert punching people, yeah, punching the walls, and then acting crazy after you miss a shot. I know you trying to win, and I know you competitive and everything, but if y'all y'all should have done some more winning earlier, so you would put yourself in that position. So,
see, my thing with Anthony is like, why you so frustrated when we know why y'all have been bad? You know, you working in Gobert and y'all system. Cat got hurt and was down for months. So it's like y'all had a lot of stuff going against y'all. The fact that y'all made it, because we was picking, we wrote Minnesota off like middle of the season. Come on, Ray, we wasn't even talking about them dudes. We like, man, we were writing them dudes off. We wasn't saying they wasn't doing. We was like, man, these dudes ain't on nothing. We didn't talk about them a lot, and then they slowly towards the end of the season they started getting some momentum. But I don't feel like this season was just too bad for them with all things considered.
And then going into the playoffs, they had two of their role players got injured at just at the worst time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Out of McDaniels and Reed.
Dillon Brooks ain't better than either one of them. But keep going.
But I was just saying, I was just adding on to what you were saying about the type of season they had. So I was like, they wasn't even 100%. That ain't an excuse. But those two guys could have definitely helped, especially McDaniels on defensive end and Reed on the offensive end.
Thanks. I feel like that's why I was telling
people. I'm like, bro, we're gonna get into it when we talk about Suns, Clippers. I mean, I said Suns and Nuggets.
But I feel like Denver.
Denver really was very impressive to handle that Minnesota team like that. Because through everything Minnesota went through, they gave everybody a game, bro. Like they gave the Lakers a game, a run for their money. They beat that hot Oklahoma City team in the play-in. It was like that. And Minnesota team wasn't bad. Cat been an all-star. Rudy Gobert, 3-time defensive player of the year, and an all-star. Like you got Mike Conley done been in wars in the playoffs. That was a good team. And I feel like, with all things considered, even though we all know the Timberwolves are stupid, they gave, the one seed a pretty good fight, bro. Even though they lost in a gentleman's sweep, in my opinion. So I just didn't like it, bro. I like Anthony Edwards, and it's just like, bro, don't go down that path. Don't go down that stupid path. Because he make a lot of questionable decisions too, huh?
Yeah, he do make a lot of questionable decisions. Hopefully he learn, he grow. Because he do got a lot of potential. He is going to do something in this league, in my opinion. Hopefully players they surround him with, help him out. But, I mean, he bounced back because he had a terrible game against the Lakers, and then he had a pretty decent series against Denver. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's like shit, man. If you want to be throwing chairs, it should have been after that Lakers game.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Anything else you talk about
before we get into the topics?
We got one more.
I don't think I got anything.
Oh yeah, correction from
Shut up.
from last
Problem.
a correction from last episode though. We was wondering where Murray was in the Boston game. He got suspended a game for bumping an official after the game was over. Or I don't know if it was after the game was over or like towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
And so Chris said he was hurt, and I was like, "Oh, he hurt?" I forgot all about that little incident he had with that official.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Jonte Murray.
Yeah, for the Hawks.
With the Hawks. He bumped into that official and then got suspended again.
So that's why he was missing from last game.
Say, bro, I hate it.
I know I'm supposed to be keeping up with basketball, but I have not been interested in that series at all.
Hey, about to go 7. Trey already on fire.
Let that game go 7. Celtics.
Okay. How y'all feel about the East now?
They was doing all that nut jocking of the East, and
for real.
Like it's the West. Like, come on, man.
Everybody talking, the East is so tough. I never felt the East was tough. I feel like the West be beating up on each other.
I thought the East was better at the top, but they knew.
Yeah, at the top, but I mean,
that's not to be that true.
That may be the key to why they saying the East is tough. Everybody we expected to come out the West so far, they've been winning their series. The East, it's been a whole different ball game.
I don't think that's. I mean, go ahead, my bad.
No, we were saying the top of the East was go do their thing, and we were saying like the top of the East was good, but it looked like the top of the East shaky as hell.
But you can say the same thing about the Kings.
Nobody really viewed the Kings as like doing anything for real.
Hey, when it was up 2-0, people was like, "Yeah, they about to get we about to finally see the Warriors get dethroned by a team that ain't been in the playoffs in 16, 17 years."
Man, I remember before the playoffs, everybody was pushing the Warriors through against the Kings. Everybody was pushing the Lakers through against the Kings. They're saying whoever matched up against the Kings, the Kings was going home. And it's looking like to be the case. So.
Well, yeah. It's easy to say that now. It's hindsight.
We said it on here ourselves, and you said this too. It was like, man, we not gonna just give the Kings the series to the Warriors. We all were saying it.
When I said I'm never gonna count the Warriors out.
But I'm saying
you already know what I said about. You already know what I said about the Kings. I had the Kings as my dark horse.
You did. Oh yeah, I was questioning y'all. I've been on y'all ass about these Kings, man. I'm like, bro, Sabonis ain't When we gonna talk about Sabonis being trash? That's what we need to talk about. We got about 10 minutes till we get into our topic. But that's what we need to talk about. These dudes that's been underperforming, man. First round underperformers. This shit damn near over, bro. Let's go on talk about these underperformers, man. Sabonis on that list. Adebayo on that list. Drew Holiday on that list.
They've been hurt.
But see, we'll get to the role players. I'm talking about the stars first, then the role players. Because, Dillon Brooks, Kevin Herter on the list that they on. But we got Bam Adebayo, Drew Holiday, Donovan Mitchell. These dudes been trash. Julius Randle been trash. Who else do we think was going to be good? Stars. Sabonis, I already said Sabonis, but why these niggas be trash in the playoffs? Yep, I said Randle. I thought he was going to be way better. And he finally got hurt. That nigga, come on, man. Who else been trash, y'all?
I'm gonna say both Cleveland bigs been bad.
No, Donovan Mitchell.
And Donovan Mitchell. I'm not gonna exclude him from that, but both Cleveland bigs and Donovan Mitchell been terrible.
We can go ahead. Segue. That's a perfect segue to the Cavs versus Knicks, because we gonna start because there's been a lot of underperformers in this series, bro. Like, okay, Cavs with Knicks. Knicks won 4-1 gentleman sweep, and they won the last. Didn't they win the last 3? They won 3 in a row.
Yep.
I think they won 3 in a row. Hey man, Jared Allen, bro, because I got the numbers. Y'all know. Come on, bro. This was terrible. And y'all gonna be so surprised by this. This dude, I got a piece of paper. I wrote it on paper. This dude, Jared Allen, bro, in game 4, he had a 4 rebound, 0 block game, man. In the next same game, Donovan Mitchell had 11 points. He went 5 for 18, 6 turnovers. Oof. Against Mitchell Robinson, he had 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. Brunson had 29, 6 and 6. Come on, bro. You are not expecting Jared Allen to get outplayed by Mitchell Robinson. You're not expecting Donovan Mitchell to get outplayed by Jalen Brunson. Even though me and Lil Chris was on it, because we done seen as Mavericks fans what Jalen Brunson can do. But all you dudes like Ray.
He said the first time he done outplayed him.
No, it's not.
But you was talking. Remember what I was bringing that up, and you was thinking I was crazy. When I said Jalen Brunson was better than Drew Holiday, you thought I was crazy. And it's just like, man, hey, man, Jalen Brunson can hoop. And I'll be like, hey.
I mean, when you said that Jalen Brunson only had really one good year on his resume so far, like that, he actually showed the level you're trying to put him on.
He is, though. But we know what Drew Holiday is in the playoffs. And I'm not expecting Brunson to get worse in the playoffs. I'm expecting him to get better. And he played good. So it's like I'm looking at trajectory. Sometimes you got to project. And that really was my projection, because I just believe in Brunson more offensively and just overall. This dude, Drew Holiday, we talking about Cavs Knicks, man.
Yeah.
But Jared Allen getting outplayed by Mitchell Robinson. Donovan Mitchell getting outplayed by Jalen Brunson. Darius Garland, he hid behind in 1 or 2 good games he had, but that nigga had in game 4, I think that nigga had went. He had did something I didn't like. I think Garland had went 4 for 21. He went 4 for 21 in game 3. I'm not overlooking that. 3 assists, 3 turnovers, like 10 points. So it's like the Cavs just underperformed as a team, bro.
Cavs look scared, weren't ready for the moment. Out physical. The Knicks were more physical, and the Cavs didn't seem ready for that.
I think, the Knicks beat up on them, didn't they? They literally just kind of just got on their ass. It's no better way to put it. There ain't no other way to put it. Like, them dudes just, man, Ray, you picked the Cavs. What you on, man?
What's that Tyrese song from back in the day? Shame on me. I had no business even fixing my mouth to even say they was gonna even come out the first round. I should have known this, because that same Cavs team minus Donovan Mitchell couldn't get in the playoffs last year. And then you got a playoff, your best player is a playoff choker.
Ooh, is that the route we going with Donovan Mitchell? That's the route we going with Donovan Mitchell, y'all? Donovan Mitchell a playoff choker?
Ooh, he ain't been to conference finals, but I mean, do we really expect him to do that yet? He's played with some good teams and gone out in the first round underwhelmingly. The only great series or whatever or like unexpected thing he did was beat Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Melo. I mean, he might be a play. He might not be ready for the playoffs.
Is he living off that one rookie year playoff run?
I'm trying to
Is he
think.
living off that? Because didn't he have
All him and Jamal Murray was going
Him and Jamal Murray, that one too, yeah.
So we praise him losing.
But he lost.
In the first round is crazy. We talk about that back and forth like it was the conference finals. That was the first round.
No, I thought. Y'all might be on to something. I say, man, but remember what I said, y'all. First impression be that last one. The first time I seen Donovan Mitchell play some playoff basketball, that nigga was going stupid against legends.
Hey,
so it's like he been living off of
that. Ain't my motto. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
You ain't do that with Kawhi, but so
okay,
Cavs, Knicks. Hey, RJ Barrett, I feel like he was the wild card in their last 3 games they won. Because in the 3 games that they won in a row, RJ Barrett averaged 22, 5, and 3, and he shot 56% from the field. He didn't shoot great from the line of the 3-point, but 56% overall is really good for RJ Barrett getting 22 a game. Y'all think RJ Barrett could do a little something against well, we ain't getting into that yet, but RJ Barrett, y'all think that he could be an X factor for the Knicks? Like, how important is RJ Barrett at his best?
He definitely makes the Knicks more of a threat if he becomes how he was in the Cavs. The rest of this playoff run they go on, he's definitely gonna be a vital piece.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about 2 guys who are already giving you 24, 25 a game, and you add another guy who can give you almost based on that last series, if he can give you 20 to 22 a game, that's gonna be pretty hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna stun,
bro. If RJ Barrett have a good series next round or however far the Knicks go, would y'all move off Randall?
I ain't go that far.
I don't know about that. I mean, depending on what you can get
Randall
for
don't
him,
never play good in the playoffs. Hey, y'all, Randall don't never play good in the playoffs. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, depending on what we can get for him, what they can get for him, sure, but I don't know how many takers of Julius Randle there will be in the first place, and then I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't trust RJ Barrett enough to just let him walk too.
Not let him walk.
Not let him walk, but yeah, trade him.
Okay, so you think Julius Randle
value not high enough to even just go
that route? Just kind of just thug it out with him.
I say just thug it out with him, and I mean they got a solid squad and they got a lot of assets, so they probably can add something in the future too. I say just try to keep him and see what you can add around him. But I mean, if you can move him for something a lot better, sure. But I don't know how likely that is.
So let's do awards
for this series, and we can wrap it up. Who was the MVP of this series? I'm pretty sure it's easy. Who y'all MVP of this series was?
My MVP is Jalen Brunson.
So Chris got Jalen Brunson,
right? We gonna do this quick.
Same.
Me too. That's easy. Role player of the
series.
RJ.
I'm gonna go Mitchell Robinson.
I might go RJ because when RJ started playing good, last 3 games, they kicked their ass last 3 games. So
it wasn't even close.
Like Mitchell Robinson, he kicked Jared Allen's ass though. RJ done found some goddamn rhythm. That shit did get ugly, y'all. But Mitchell Robinson definitely kicked Jared Allen's ass. Who has been the most disappointing player in this series?
I mean, I say you gotta go Donovan Mitchell. He's supposed to be the biggest star. They Cleveland traded all that stuff for him. I don't think they expected just to go out in the first round if they're a 4 seed. They traded all that stuff for Donovan Mitchell. He's a star. So
So you going Donovan,
I'm going Donovan.
right?
I'm gonna do a 1A, 1B. I'm gonna say Mitchell and Randall.
Yeah.
Because at least Mitchell first 3 games were actually kind of solid. Now the rest of the series it did kind of get ugly.
I agree with that point.
That's why I'm going Jared Allen, man. This dude Jared Allen averaged 9, 7, and 2, man.
To have 7 boards is crazy.
Yeah.
In 38 minutes, y'all.
9, 7, and 2.
That shit is disgusting.
This dude had a 4 rebound game in game 4. This dude had a 5 rebound, 6-point game in game 3. That nigga was trash, man. I get Jared Allen ain't a big name. Jared Allen ain't this. Nobody talks about Jared Allen. But Jared Allen, if y'all listening to anybody capital, Jared Allen was trash, man. And we gonna put it all on Mitchell because he's the star, but
a player like Jared Allen is only gonna be useful on a team that's heavily offensive backed. Otherwise, he's gonna get exposed like he did with playing on Cleveland. Cleveland ain't got enough offense for him to be for his true value to shine.
Nigga, he wasn't grabbing
rebounds, man.
He don't have 4
rebound games now. Nah, hell no. I ain't going for that. Because I get what you're saying, Ray. But you still, as a center and that caliber of a center, the dude was an all-star last year, man. You got to get rebounds and you got to block shots, too. You can't get outplayed by Mitchell fucking Robinson, man.
Not to say Mitchell Robinson trash,
but...
Yeah.
Ass like that.
I call that, that's what we call hungover construction workers. Nasty work.
Oh, okay.
Y'all ready to move
on? I guess we can get into. Y'all want to just go and get? Come on, man. We gotta go and get to this Heat Bucks series, man. Heat Bucks series, man. Say, man.
This was a weird
series. You know, Tyler Hero and Giannis went down round game 1. I mean, Victor Oladipo went down. You know, but.
What's y'all overall
thoughts with this series? I'm gonna start with Ray, and then I'm coming to you, Lil Chris.
All right.
Jimmy Butler looked like peak Michael Jordan. Now I know people gonna say, well, you know, this is my biggest issue. The Bucks, I feel like, got a little bit overconfident when they pulled off one game without Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge mistake sitting him out 2 games in a row. It came back. I mean, you can't allow the momentum to shift like that when y'all got it. Like, they already had grabbed the momentum. Y'all grab it back. But y'all still without y'all superstar player. Like, one thing that DJ did say earlier about demoting Drew Holiday. I can't trust him to carry my team in back-to-back games in the playoffs. I'm gonna trust him as my number 1 option. Like, we seen when he had to step up as a number 2 last year when Chris Middleton got hurt, and he couldn't provide a safe number 2 option. So I don't know, man. Giannis came back. He had great games. Don't get me wrong. But it's 2 things that really defined that series. Them last 2 games when Giannis came back, it's 2 things that I noticed. Before Giannis came back, and it continued when he got back, was the defense was a little bit sloppy. I didn't really like how, because we were saying all year, man, this team here, man, they might got the best overall defense as a team. And soon when Giannis went down, they looked terrible on defense. And he got back, it's still, they had their moments where they was playing solid defense, but in the clutch, they started being sloppy again. And that's another thing. The other thing, in the crunch time, they couldn't score. The one thing that people have been talking about is, why was the ball in Grayson Allen's hands? Who drew that play up? I know can't nobody convince me that was the play they drew up, put it in Grayson Allen's hands. Like what?
So, Ray, I'm gonna
Ask you this: what was the reason why the Bucks lost this series?
Like, if you just hit the ball
Down to the simplest terms.
The final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, or really the final 4 minutes, I'd say. Those defining moments.
And then
in back-to-back, literally in back-to-back games. Literally in back-to-back games. The last 3 minutes, they got outplayed. I mean, that's
Chris. I'm gonna come to you.
What was your overall thoughts on this series, and like, how did the Heat win? How did the Bucks lose? Like, what was it? The Heat won, or was it the Bucks lost?
It was Jimmy Butler took the series. Jimmy Butler was not letting that team lose. The Bucks constantly just melted down towards the end of games. How do you have these leads and just blow them like that going into the fourth quarter? Jimmy Butler willing his team to win. That's what I noticed. I know you're not a huge Bam Adebayo fan, but that man made some key plays, key passes, top of the 3-point line, facilitating for that team down the stretch. 2-3 minutes left in the game. And Milwaukee,
I will give you that. But hold on before you praise Bam Adebayo. He didn't show up to the 9-minute mark in the fourth quarter, man. He didn't show up and do nothing until the last 9 minutes of the fourth quarter in overtime.
He just out there getting a triple-double doing nothing.
Say, man, you out there
long enough and you got such a big role, you gonna do something. But we not gonna do that though, Chris.
I'm just gonna give him that praise for that. That's all I'm gonna say. I watched the game. That's what I saw when I was watching the game. And I'm gonna say this: I don't know what Milwaukee was doing on that final play in the fourth quarter. Why they have Giannis on the inbounder? Why they have Brook Lopez out the game just because they took Bam out? I don't know what's going on with honestly their coach. I don't think he survived. I don't think he's surviving this offseason. I'm not gonna put this all on Giannis, but it definitely hurt him. It definitely hurt. Like, Giannis was injured. He came back. He played good his couple games, but he was scared of the free throw line. I know this. You can't be perfect as a superstar, but I mean, they needed that.
I feel like in that overtime,
Giannis did his best. Like, he didn't back down. He didn't. That's one thing I'll give Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, because with all the flaws we know about Giannis, like his shooting touch, his free throw shooting, and just stuff like that, Giannis don't never back down, man. He tried his hardest to go back at Jimmy Butler. The foul on Bam Adebayo was some bullshit. Like that last foul to get Bam sent to the bench, that was some bullshit. Like, it looked like the refs was kind of trying to help Giannis out a little bit. But then that layup he had on like 2 or 3 defenders to get them within 2. Like, I can't put it all on Giannis, especially when you have a nigga like Jrue Holiday who threw the ball away on one possession, came down and tried to answer Jimmy Butler after Jimmy Butler hit his ass with that shimmy fadeaway. Like, after that, I feel like what's not being talked about in this series was how Jimmy Butler threw Jrue Holiday off his game. And we don't never see that in terms of just on defense. Because we know Jrue Holiday is up and down on offense. But Jrue Holiday ain't have no good series on defense, man. This dude, Jimmy Butler, averaged 38, 6, and 5, man. And he shot 60%, man. 44% from 3. This was a crazy series, man. And a lot of them, hey, you go watch some of them highlights. Jrue was in a good portion of them motherfuckers, man. And nigga Jrue, like, real talk, nigga was one in Jrue Holiday. Nigga was hitting that nigga with midi, hit his ass with 2 threes.
That boy pointed at Jrue Holiday and said 30 on you.
Yeah.
Same, bro. We praised Jrue Holiday defense. Jrue Holiday was getting cooked. Yeah, Jrue Holiday was getting cooked, y'all. We gotta quit playing, man. We know why the Bucks lost, man. Jrue Holiday, and it's crazy how it seemed like I always put stuff on a specific player. But in basketball, a specific player can sink the team, man. We know that. In basketball, If a nigga ain't showing up and competing to the level that we expect of him, that shit can sink a team, man.
Yeah, but why they sitting there not doing nothing about that? They just letting Jimmy Butler cook them. No doubles, no switching up the defense, no putting somebody else on him, just leaving Drew Holiday out there to die. Like, I don't understand what the Bucks were doing. They resting on their laurels.
No, this is what I'm saying. I feel you. It probably was a coaching thing, Lil Chris, but you got to think about it. We've been doing this all year. We've been doing this for the past 2 years. Everybody's on the island. Everybody in that Bucks starting lineup a defensive player of the year candidate.
Oh yeah,
outside of Grayson Allen and whoever the fuck else. But you got Brook Lopez, Giannis, and Drew Holiday. This defense is predicated on you holding your man.
Yeah,
like we done left Drew Holiday on many islands with the best of them.
Yeah.
Got your ass cooked, bro. And then you was trying to answer back on offense and you wasn't doing nothing. Did y'all see when he tried to go after, like I said, Jimmy Butler hit him in the eye with that shimmy fadeaway. Then what Drew Holiday do, y'all? He came back and tried to get it back on the other end and smoked the layup, man. Drew Holiday, Jimmy Butler did something else. Drew Holiday came down and shot a quick three in transition. Like that's not his game. I feel like Drew Holiday got on his ass so much he got off his game. And Drew Holiday sunk that series. Because the one game Drew Holiday played good, they won, man.
Yeah. Middleton should have had the ball more.
He had a 30-point game, but I still feel like in the closing minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He should have definitely had the ball more in his hands than Holiday.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy because in the past, Middleton was always their go-to guy in the crunch time. So the fact that Holiday tried to do that, like DJ said, it had to be Jimmy Butler getting in his head.
Yeah.
Body, man. And we don't
talk about it because he that's my biggest problem with dudes that are great on defensively. When they don't be up to par offensively, we kind of give them a pass. Oh, they're a great defender. Oh, Drew Holiday was the greatest perimeter defender since Gary Payton and this and that. And I get that. And Drew Holiday is a great defender, but he wasn't great. It wasn't a great defender in this series. And offensively, he was terrible. So it's like you didn't do your job, and you didn't give us no offense. So it's like, man, I'm on that nigga ass, man. I'm not trying to be like that, but we would have did it to anybody else. Let this shit would have happened to Trae Young. Let Trae Young would have got 4-1 and he was shooting 30-something%. We would have killed that man. But just since Drew Holiday is good defensively, we act like we ain't got to do shit offensively. But in this series, you can't even hide behind your defense because you didn't even do that. Nigga got 38 and he became a legend again. Jimmy Butler he done added to his legendary status off the best perimeter defender we've seen since Gary Payton.
Well, you said what since Gary Payton?
the best perimeter defender
since Gary Payton. That's what they were saying about Drew Holiday.
So they just forgot about Tony Allen.
Yeah.
I think point guard defender. I think I'm gonna say point guard defender.
I'm gonna say you gotta word that very carefully because man, he is not the defender Tony Allen was.
No. First team.
Heat versus Bucks.
Something else I wanted to add. What was I about to say? Oh, y'all seen Giannis after the game, his little
post game
press conference.
Yeah,
post game.
Yeah.
Oh no, they suck as shit.
Y'all got y'all ass whooped, man. About an 8th seed that barely made it in. Remember that's bullshit, bro. You lost, and that shit is a failure to be a 1 seed losing to an 8 seed. We got on Dirk's ass. We got to get on Giannis' ass. Even though we can point to Drew Holiday, man, Giannis did go 0 for 6 in that fourth quarter. Giannis went 0 for 6. I remember they was talking about it in the game. They were like, that nigga had missed 6 shots in a row in that fourth quarter, man. And Jimmy Butler looked like he was hitting everything.
So it's
like we can't overlook that shit, man. Jimmy Butler outplayed him star for star. Every game damn near they played.
Giannis won, man.
Giannis played like 3 games.
I think He went 1 for 9.
In that fourth
And
quarter.
in overtime, he went 2 for 3. So in the fourth quarter, in overtime, he went 3 for 12, which is basically like 25%.
You see how he got that ball like hot potato and got it out of his hands so quick after that jump ball?
That was a good play, though. That was a good play, though.
No, that's fine, but
So that was gonna hack his ass.
yeah, but that's I don't know.
I feel like Drew Holiday.
When that ball away was one of the worst things to happen. When he tried to give it to Chris Middleton and that shit went like, yeah, that was so terrible. And then you a point guard. Y'all know I'm big on point guards not turning the ball over.
That's why you love Trae Young.
Hey, Trey playing a hell of a game right now.
Trae Young got
And then but the fact that he don't do it all the time and he wait until everybody hates that nigga.
No, but I don't know. I agree. I feel like Jimmy Butler, this really we're gonna be talking about this series, this performance. Like, people are not gonna remember who he was playing with. Tyler Hero's out. He's playing with Max Strus and Gabe Vincent as his next best players because Bam is just so up and down.
Bam is
The worst second option of all time, Chris. But keep going.
Bam is so up and down. You can't necessarily depend on him. He's not really a scoring threat, in my opinion. And then all he can do is he's just not a center. They need somebody else. And like you got Gabe Vincent and Max Strus as your best players coming in there. You got Duncan Robinson, who've been sitting on the bench most of this year. Like Kevin Love off free agency. Like, I don't know. I don't see how people don't look back at this. People don't look back at this and see like Jimmy Butler really carried this team against Giannis and the Bucks,
so you
1
saying
seed.
Supporting cast, the lack of supporting cast is adding to that legend too.
That man dropped 50 points. He dropping 40 points, doing everything he can to will them to victory, like on both ends of the floor.
So how we feeling about Giannis?
Before we move on, y'all. So let's say, y'all know how I am. I don't know why I think how I think, but let's say Jokic win a title this year, get finals MVP.
Does Jokic
Should have proper claim to being the best player in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. How could you not? How could you not?
Y'all know I love Jokic and I'll
I'm gonna say if Jokic do that going into next season, he's definitely gonna be heavily favored as the number 1 in the league. It ain't gonna be no if and a bust about it.
Okay. Lakers
Versus Grizzlies Game 5 reaction. I'm not gonna stunt. I'm gonna start with me. Say, man, you know it's like
the Lakers, how people view the
Cowboys. That's how I view the Lakers. Like, at this point, I love to hate them. I used to love them, but now I love to hate them.
You never loved them at all.
But
like I said, man,
these dudes, I feel like that backcourt for Memphis finally did what the hell they were supposed to do the whole series. And they just took it to the Lakers because the Lakers, Ray, what was the main thing I was talking about the Lakers was going to struggle with against Memphis? The main thing I talked about, perimeter.
Yeah. They've been really
like just perimeter
defense, man. And I've been saying, I just, I go into every series and I try to look for the mismatch and the matchups and where I think people go get their money. And I thought it was going to be on the perimeter because, Anthony Davis got the paint lock. I think he was averaging like 5 blocks a game at one point in the series. And
the whole thing is
I just feel like Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell just should be food, especially for Bane and Ja. And it wasn't until today that they both really just locked in and they got on their ass, man. Ja and Bane combined for 64 points, 20 rebounds, and 12 assists, y'all.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna let Ray end it because I know he gonna have a lot to say.
Yeah.
But go ahead, look, Chris.
Hey, I'm gonna give my little two cents, and I'm gonna let Ray take over. I'll just say, yeah, like a lot of the stuff you've been saying, like the backcourt for Memphis, really, yeah, they knew it's must-win game. They came out there ready to attack the Lakers, and that's one thing. The Lakers, like everybody was praising Dennis Schroeder for doing a good job on Ja the other game. And Ja was a little bit unstoppable this time, and Desmond Bane been heating up over the last couple of games. He had a good game in that overtime loss, and now he had a good game again. And so that's what you really need for Memphis is your two backcourt really have to carry, because in the front court you got Dillon Brooks. He's not a scorer. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. He's nice. He's not going to carry you on the offensive load. And then Xavier Tillman is not going to have a 20 and 15 game every night. So it's really got to be Ja. It's got to be Desmond. And if LeBron gave a lot in that last game, he probably wasn't going to come out and give you the same amount of production he did this in the next one. So, I mean, Anthony Davis came out and showed out, but it really wasn't nobody else to help him out after that. So.
Like you said, you didn't say nothing wrong. Go ahead, Ray.
Shoot, AD was out there on the island. He only one on the team that shot a significant amount of shots and shot efficient. Everybody who took over 10 shots other than AD shot under 40%. LeBron shot 29. Austin Reeves shot 31. D'Angelo shot 36. That's not winning basketball.
I remember I had text you. I said, "What I say that they didn't win?" I forgot, but keep on. It was a bad shooting number. I think it was like 12 for 36. But keep on.
Some of the shots, I mean, I don't know. Some of the shots, those are must hit. Like if you open, I don't care if it's off in a transition and you pulling up. Like if you wide open, those because you're not gonna get those, especially in playoffs. You're not gonna get a lot of open shots, so you gotta hit those. Yeah, LeBron. He another game where he was settling for the 3 ball.
That man been shooting horrible from 3.
He shot 11% in that game.
Goodness.
He went 1 for 9.
He went 1 for 9. He went 1 for 9 just the last one or something, and then he been not doing the best from 3. He gotta stop settling.
But no, I want to see AD continue to be aggressive. I want Hachimura to get back to being aggressive like he was coming off the bench. I need Austin Reeves and Russell just to be more efficient. Like that's, man, you taking that many shots, you got at least hit 6 or 7 of them. Like LeBron, I expect LeBron to come out better, but Reeves and Russell, I need them to be better. I hate how they did my boy Lonnie. In the middle of them trying to make that little comeback, that last minute comeback in the fourth quarter, they trying to put him in. I'm like, this dude ain't played all series, and y'all choose to put him in right now. I'm done with the Malik Beasley experiment. He's not who they think he is. They keep on talking about, oh, well, he can catch fire. Why he ain't caught fire yet? 5 games so far, and he ain't caught no fire. Like, he's not a better basketball player than Lonnie Walker, in my opinion. He's just not. Lonnie Walker can shoot better than him. He's more of a threat in the transition. Lonnie Walker just brings more to the table. Like, I don't understand why they just decided, you know what, we're not going to play you at all no more. You're no longer even in the rotation.
I told y'all Darvin Ham was
an idiot, bro. I told y'all Darvin Ham was not a
Like
good coach.
Troy
I feel like a lot of these dudes can't coach.
Sneaking up the series. Why is he getting more minutes than Lonnie Walker?
I told you that when you was like, man, Troy Bell could shoot 3. I said, man, nigga, I want Lonnie Walker, man.
Well, no,
I feel like you could take some of D'Lo minutes and give him the Lonnie.
The one thing I did say about this series with Troy Brown and Malik Beasley, I said neither one of them hitting. I said, well, at least Troy Brown is a solid rebounder, so he's going to be out there, even if it's not just. He gonna play at least 10 to 12 minutes a game. Malik Beasley on the hand.
Let me give you this lineup construction real quick, just because I feel like
this could work. Because I feel like you should let LeBron and Austin Reeves do the playmaking. So you have them two out there. And then you can have Lonnie Walker just because you need a dude with that type of athleticism. You can kind of throw him on the job from time to time. And then when you're trying to get transition buckets, you can give it to Lonnie Walker. He can space the floor. And you can take some minutes away from D'Lo. You can take some minutes away from Troy Brown. And you can play. You can even take some minutes away from Jared Vanderbilt and go a little smaller, just depending on the matchup. So you can have more space for AD to work. I've been saying it all for a minute. There's no way Troy Brown and D'Lo should be getting as many minutes as they are getting in this series. You just need speed. Because when Desmond Bain and Ja Morant the other day, they pushed the pace on them dudes. Because just Austin Reeves and D'Lo can't keep up athletically. And it was just like, you got to throw an athlete in there. Lonnie Walker will enter the game. He's going to be the second best, the third best athlete on the court behind Ja and LeBron, man. Let's just be real. And you know what I say, athleticism is very necessary in the playoffs because you just need a guy that can do some shit that other dudes can't. And Lonnie Walker could be one of those guys if you have some faith in him and see what he can do. He came from the Spurs system. He ain't no idiot. So I just don't get why I don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah. They could definitely benefit from him, his athleticism for sure. I mean, like the only problem may be spacing, but if you replace Vanderbilt or if you replace, somebody else with a nice shooter, then I think it'll be fine. But I mean, like y'all been saying, Troy Brown not been hitting, Beasley not hitting, D'Lo's real streaky, so.
Has to. I've been and said D'Lo, man. He's not athletic enough for this series, dog. We found that shit out when he was with the Timberwolves last year against the Grizzlies. He's just not athletic enough, man. Shit. Yeah. Sometimes you just can't. If you can't compete with your matchup athletically, you can't be played. Especially you got to do like Lonnie on the bench that can compete athletically.
Especially since he's not hitting.
He hit them. He hit them.
At least if he was hitting, like at least if he was matching. Huh?
He hit them threes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, he hit them three threes, and he bought his way some more playing time. So
I think, but that's really the only game. Well, I'd say game one he started off solid, but other than game one starting off solid, and game four with them 3 threes in a row, it's been touch and go, and it's been more so just him not keeping up with the pace that the game is being played at. It's a lot of times he's a liability out there, even in the half court defense. I'm like, Lakers got one of the most solid defenses in the playoffs when they actually if a team allows them to set up in the half court, it's gonna be hard to score on them. But D'Lo, all you gotta do is whoever is getting checked by D'Lo, give them the ball.
Switch.
Get a switch on in there, man. That nigga fool, bro.
And hey, is we gonna ever get on LeBron for not ever closing out the 3-point shooters? I'll never get off. He doesn't close
out, man. He don't close out, dog.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot this series.
But yeah, man. Okay, game 6 series predictions. Who got some predictions for me?
All right, let me tell you this. I think Lakers close it out. Game 6.
Game 6 in LA?
Game 6 in LA, Lakers will close it out. I feel like they're gonna go all in on winning that game. I think it's gonna be a lot on Memphis. And like it's gonna be a lot on Memphis to be able to consistently perform like that all the way through. So, my opinion, I don't think Ja or Desmond, one of them, plus Dillon, I don't think any of those three are gonna be hitting from 3-point line. And that's really what they need in order to keep them in the game. And Jaws going to have to attack the paint a lot more with Anthony Davis in the middle. I don't see he'll get his numbers, but he won't do anything extraordinary to get them the win that they need, and that's what they're gonna need from him. That he's gonna have to be extraordinary. So I think LeBron's gonna come out aggressive. I think AD gonna come out aggressive. I think the role players for the Lakers gonna play better at home. It's gonna be easy for them. They're gonna close it out.
Damn. All right, Ray.
Yeah, I think Memphis already been pretty hard to watch on the road. So I think Lakers gonna get one in front of the fans. Like just like what's it called was saying, Lil Chris was saying, Lakers gonna go all in. I think we're gonna see a much better LeBron. I think AD gonna keep the tempo going that he played with and the fire he played with in game 5. I even think we see a more efficient game out of D'Lo in this game. So I think it's gonna be one of those game what's it called? Game 3 redos where Lakers just come out on fire in the first quarter, and it's gonna be kind of just too much for Memphis to try to play catch up and match their energy. Because I think the main thing that's been killing Memphis, and the one thing that was different in Game 5 than the other games that they lost was I feel like Dillon Brooks was shooting them out the game.
Yes.
And they kind of Memphis, the Lakers was allowing him to shoot, but Memphis kind of wasn't taking the bait. They kind of just kept the ball out of Dillon Brooks' hands. They were like, "Dude, you hurting us." So we just play to your strengths on defense, and that's all we really need out of you. So,
Dillon Brooks still took 15 shots, 3 for 15, 2 for 10 from 3.
That's probably why the Lakers came back on that one time and got it to 1. He was still taking shots. I'll guarantee you, when they built that lead, he wasn't taking no shots.
He did stop taking shots. I feel like Desmond Bain took 21 shots, 12 for 21. Ja Morant was 13 for 26. They each had 10 rebounds. Ja had 7 assists. Bain had 5, and they only combined for 3 turnovers. They only combined for.
Also, all had double doubles. They each had 10 rebounds to go.
4 turnovers. Yep, Jaren Jackson played. See, this why I don't agree with y'all that the Lakers gonna close it out in 6. I think just with the momentum of the series, I feel like Memphis, they believe again. Ja is back playing great. I feel like Desmond Bain has found his confidence from last playoffs last year, and he's back performing at that level. I feel like Jaren Jackson Jr., he's been stretching the floor, getting rebounds. He usually don't get a lot of rebounds. He's been rebounding a lot lately. He
just had an okay game. He didn't do nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. If you can just complement those 2 stars, and you can play good defense, stretch the floor, and score opportunistically.
That's the thing. He got 30 and 19 put on his head, so it ain't like he just was playing great defense.
Yeah, I think AD came out a little inspired, and AD don't really have 2 good games in a row. So I'm expecting AD to come down. I'm really not. I don't know what to expect from Bron, man. We ain't even said how LeBron went. He was shooting terrible. LeBron was 5 for 17, 1 for 9 from 3.
I didn't worry about that.
What?
I'm not worrying about that at home after he's had some time. Like they just played an overtime game. The dude's 38. I didn't expect him to come out. I didn't expect him to come out and do the exact same thing or play great. I
Hey
expect him
man,
to do more than
LeBron
what he
getting 5
did.
turnovers, 5 assists. That's not LeBron, man.
That's fine, yeah.
LeBron played like shit, man.
No, yeah, he
And
did.
if he play like that again with Chris, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's gonna be a long night in LA, man.
You can come
'Cause
here,
them
you can
dudes-
cook me, but I don't think he will. I think he gonna come out almost game 7 like treat game 6 like a game 7 and just try to get it over with. That's just me
I
though.
think the Lakers gonna win in 7. I think they gonna take it on Memphis, take it in Memphis. But I don't know why, but I think Memphis gonna get game 6, man.
Lakers winning for sure.
Man. All right, we gonna see.
Game 6
But,
or game 7, but
Hey,
Yeah, I got
the
Lakers.
kid game 7, ain't he?
Yeah, that's why I said Lakers in 7. But Warriors Kings. So this game really was I'm gonna call it the Clay game. You know, Clay good for one of these games every series. I think he had. Let me go and make sure because I know he was going off. He had 25. He was 10 for 19, 5 for 11 from 3. And I feel he had. I don't know if that was the second quarter or the third quarter. I think it was the second quarter where he was Ray shooting off the dribble. He was getting buckets by himself. You missed the thinking he can't do nothing by himself.
I ain't going for that.
Man.
I mean, he scored over Sabonis.
Clay was the catalyst in that game, man. Curry did Curry things, but Curry went 2 for 10 from 3.
So we're gonna act like Draymond didn't have.
I was about to say, yeah.
Draymond had 21. Draymond he outplayed Monk and Herter definitely, and Harrison Barnes and Davion Mitchell as far as role players.
Well, like Looney and have 20 rebounds. Okay.
22.
7 assists to go with that.
But no, I'm talking about the shot. Say, man, I'm one of those dudes who believe in momentum shifting shots. Clay was hitting a lot of momentum shifting shots.
I believe in that too.
So, you know, I feel like Wiggins had his moments offensively. But, you know, we know what Looney go bring. I think Draymond was the biggest surprise, giving him 21, hitting a 3, going 8 for 10. That was a big surprise. And Draymond Green played his ass off. Draymond Green had a really good game off the bench, too.
We're gonna talk about how Mr. Fourth Quarter didn't make a shot in the fourth quarter.
Nah, De'Aaron Fox was trash. He been taking too many threes the last couple games, in my opinion. I feel like can't nobody guard you, so why are you taking 10 threes? Like, can't nobody keep you from the paint. Remember I told y'all that last time everybody was talking about Fox drive. I'm like, bro, this dude's settling too much. And then he'll even take a midi. It's like, get your ass to the rim, man. Like,
that's what he did the first 2 games. I don't know why he stopped.
That's what I'm saying. He had 3 free throw attempts last game. That's just unacceptable for a dude that couldn't touch the paint like he can. So I am putting a lot on Fox. Sabonis had a good game, but I feel like Herter, Monk, and Mitchell, they just lost the backcourt battle, man.
Murray need more shot attempts.
He
taking 5 games. I don't like that. You played 34 minutes, only took 5 shots.
Yeah,
and your strength is being an offensive, being a shooter on offense. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
a 6'10" shooter. He was 4 for 5.
He was shooting efficient. He was shooting 80%. Like, why you only? Come on, man.
I don't know.
He was 2 for 2 from the 3.
You got to give Malik Monk his 14 shots. That's why Davion Mitchell taking 10 shots. Davion Mitchell shouldn't even never shoot that much.
2
like,
for
I want
8
you to
from
be
3. That's crazy.
Yeah, I want Davion Mitchell to be a dude like Gary Payton. Gary Payton took 5 shots, man. Like you really in that mode, Davion. I feel like you probably could play Trey. I feel like you could play Trey Loud some more minutes. Like, take Harrison Barnes out of there sometimes. Play Trey Loud and Sabonis. See if they mess some shit up. Just because you don't want Wiggins to be able to. Because Wiggins don't even really got to guard Harrison Barnes too much because Harrison Barnes is Mr. Clanks. So I would like to see Trey Lyles get more minutes in that full position just because I feel like then you can't just I feel like Trey Lyles could. I ain't gonna. Nah, Wiggins still could. I don't know. This an interesting series, bro, because you really don't know, like the matchups and everything. Everything's pretty even. Sabonis finally didn't play like an ass, but you know, I don't know. I'm putting it on the backcourt for the Kings this game.
So what do you think a game 6 looks like?
Oh no, the Warriors got everything rolling, man.
No,
They come on, man. They going
It's
back to
done data.
Oracle. That shit over with, man. Them niggas
I
gonna
don't.
lose at home.
I don't see how the Warriors lose at home. I don't see how the Kings go in there, Chase Center, and come out with the win.
Oh, it's Chase Center now. What I call it? My bad.
No, I don't think you
Keep
call
going.
anything.
I
But
think I
yeah,
said Oracle.
I don't think. Yeah, I really don't see. I don't see the Kings going in there like that and coming out with a win. So to me, it's just the Kings not. This is their first time in the playoffs in a while. A lot of these young. Sabonis doesn't have the ability to carry if Fox ain't hitting. So Fox got to be on his game every time they come out there. Basically, Malik Monk not gonna play good on the road, in my opinion. I don't see nobody stepping up for the Kings to help them get that win. I think Clay, they're gonna feel comfortable. Steph, they're gonna feel comfortable. Jordan Poole might show up. So it's probably wraps, and I got Warriors in 6.
Okay. Ray.
I don't know, man. I think it's about. I think the Kings might push it to 7.
On the road?
Yeah. I don't think they come out the series, but I think they push it to at least a 7.
If he goes 7, Kings gonna win because I feel like for me, I feel like if the Warriors got a game on the road, then they can win the series, and they got the game on the road. And I just feel like they've been so tough at home, and then at home, Jordan Poole a little better, Kevin Looney a little better, DiVincenzo will be a little better.
They barely won them in game 4, so they ain't like they just got it locked in that they definitely about to get another win.
You think they gonna go home and play like that again?
I'm not saying that they can have a good game. That don't mean that the Kings can't have a good game.
Yeah.
I feel like with the way the momentum is now, man. Draymond Green just had 20 points, y'all. Like, come on now. The way they feeling now, Jordan Poole play like shit. Jordan Poole gonna show off in front of that home crowd, man.
You know it.
So I just feel like people don't talk about that enough. Jordan Poole a whole different player at home versus on the road. Jordan Poole feed off that energy. Huh?
He should do that against the Celtics.
We
can't pick and choose. We can't pick and choose. He was unplayable last year, and we can't just say that's part of his persona now.
I'm saying like this year he's been really good at home. Just like throughout the course of the season, and like Jordan Poole, he been hooping at home.
He's gonna hoop at home.
So.
We gonna see. I got the Warriors going closing this shit out in 6, man.
Warriors haven't lost at home this series. They're not finna start. They're not finna start now.
Yeah, second best home team in the league.
Before last night, we were saying the same thing about both of them.
I mean, yeah, but nah. Championship pedigree. That's corny to say, but that shit go kick in, man. Game 6. Kings ain't gonna know what hit them, man. But we got 2 more topics and then we call it a night, man. Nuggets versus Suns series preview. This is gonna be fun. So we know the Nuggets 1-5, Suns 1-5. I'm gonna start with this question, and I'm gonna start with you, little Chris. Do you think the Nuggets 5-game series was more impressive than the Suns? And if so, why?
Let me say this. The Nuggets had a way, way, way more impressive series than the Suns. Maybe not way, way, way more. The Nuggets were definitely more impressive. Minnesota is a decent team, but they're not smart. They're not disciplined. They could use a better coach. So I think they did mostly what they were supposed to do. They didn't mess around. and they almost gave up 2 games, but they did what they were supposed to do, and they got them out of there. Got them out of there in a gentleman's sweep. So Nuggets all look good. Jokic, nobody's stopping him, and the Suns definitely don't got nobody to stop him. So the Suns, to me, they really disappointed because Kawhi was giving them buckets, and Kawhi was giving them buckets when he was on the court them first 2 games, and they're lucky that they didn't. The Clippers didn't get that second game, and then Kawhi go out. Paul George hadn't even stepped on the court, and Russell Westbrook. I mean, I'm not trying to praise losing, but is Russell Westbrook and Norman Powell, and I don't know who else was really helping them out. So, and they sit up there.
Hey, don't sleep on
KD.
Terrence, man. But keep going.
No, Terrence Mann. Yeah, it's not Terrence Mann. True. I mean, I don't know what Zubac. I'm usually a big fan of Zubac, but he wasn't doing much. So
Terrible.
he was not doing much. But them Russell Westbrook and Norman Powell pushing KD, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul. They got him scared to lose down the stretch. Like what is that? Y'all supposed to be blowing them out. Y'all supposed to be moving them on. So they did win. They didn't give up a game like I thought they might towards the end of them games, especially like 3, 4, 5. I definitely thought they was getting up one of those. But to me, Denver was a little bit more impressive because I know it's like Kevin Durant and them just working back to getting back their chemistry because Kevin Durant been off the court and everything. But I'm gonna need to see a little bit more in the next round.
Okay. Ray, this is my question to you. How do you see the Suns dealing with Jokic? And does DeAndre Ayton, what would his role be in this series? And then you can respond or rebuttal to what Chris said if you want to.
Soon as Nuggets found out who their second round matchup was, Jokic said barbecue chicken. I mean, he kept it respectful against Gobert and Towns and said they was 2 great bigs, but deep down, and the way he played against them, he did not think that. But I mean, I think Ayton. I don't know. Ayton not gonna be able to. Ayton was supposed to be the most dominant big in the series against the Clippers, and I understand Booker and KD was just out there performing crazy, but
phenomenal.
Your presence got to be filled, even if it's not just scoring dominantly. He wasn't dominating the boards.
No.
He wasn't dominating on blocks. He wasn't doing anything dominant as a big. I'm like, you're supposed to be the best big out there.
Disappointing.
So
that nigga a bum.
For him to go against a top 5 player out of Jokic and a top 2 center out of Jokic, it's gonna be, man, I don't know.
Under Chris Paul yelling at Ayton for not being in place or not doing something right 5 times. Y'all think it's gonna be 5 visible moments Chris Paul getting on Ayton ass in the series?
Might be
Chris
5
Paul,
per game.
I've been kind of calm with that because he ain't been playing that great. So I mean,
Chris Paul just thanking Devin Booker and Kevin Durant for showing up to the games.
I ain't gonna stunt. Chris Paul closed out one of them games against the Clippers. Like he literally closed. I forgot which game it was. Was it 3? But literally, Chris Paul was the one closing it out in that 4th quarter.
He hit a turnaround shot when they was up 12. So good for him.
No, it was one where he literally was like hitting all the
game 2, I think.
Okay.
It could have been.
Oh, I know which one you talking about. Actually, my bad. I'll give him that. He did.
That was game 2.
He did.
He closed that motherfucker out. I ain't gonna care. Like them middies, man.
My bad,
Chris Paul.
Right after that game, he went back to game 1, Chris Paul.
So how do y'all see this series going? Because me personally, I think, man, this gonna be a 5-game series, man. I just feel like, man, Nuggets gonna get them boys out of there at 5.
So you think
Jokic is
if Booker and KD scoring like they've been scoring, things gonna be an easy 5-game series?
That's what I was about to say. Like,
Because I don't think nobody on Nuggets can match that type of offensive power.
no.
the thing is, like we done seen. Wait, I think Jokic gonna go back to how he played last year in this series, strictly because he has no choice. Because if you look at the matchups, he has the most favorable matchup. In the last matchup, like you gotta understand, he going up against Rudy Gobert, 3-time defensive player of the year, y'all. He going against Cat. Cat sucked, but Cat still 7 feet. So it's like them is some great bigs. He literally went against all NBA bigs, 2 of them last series.
They did
That's
not
why
look
Jokic.
like it.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying you got Biyombo. You got DeAndre Ayton and Biyombo. That dude should be, bro. If Jokic don't average 30, I'm gonna be disappointed, man. I'm dead serious. I feel like Jokic is gonna step up his scoring load because I think Jamal Murray is gonna cook Chris Paul. I think Jamal Murray is going to cook Chris Paul. I think Jamal Murray gonna have at least 2 30-point games. I think MPJ.
I'm saying I don't think they just gonna let Jamal Murray cook them like that. I don't think Chris Paul gonna be on him.
Who gonna be on?
He can be on Bruce Brown or he can be on somebody KCP, but he don't need to be on Jamal Murray.
Who you putting on Jamal Murray though?
I easily slide Booker or Torrey Craig.
Oh, please don't put Booker on Jamal Murray.
Booker at least try.
Booker was struggling with Norman Powell, man. I love Norman Powell, but Norman Powell ain't on Jamal Murray. Boy, Norman Powell was giving Booker the business. The only thing was
40.
Booker was killing him. Yeah, come on, man. Booker was killing him too, but it's just like, but I ain't looking for Booker to save me defensively. And that's my thing. I feel like Jamal Murray and Jokic both can go off. Because if you look at who Jamal Murray had to go against, you got Conley over there. You got Ant over there. Then when you're trying to get to the rim, you got Gobert. I feel like, man, Nuggets has been perfectly warmed up for this series, man. And I feel like the Suns haven't. Because they done played like this depleted-ass team, and they barely made it out alive, man. I love
5 is
KD.
crazy, though. 5 is crazy. I'm going to say that.
Suns will get one at home.
You don't believe in KD to get more than one?
Your favorite player?
Say man. Y'all know I love Jokic. Jokic in his prime. KD.
I love Jokic too. That's my boy, but
man, KD been looking like Wood Harris out there, man. At times, man. I don't move the same, baby. After he got shot and paid in full, my body just don't. He moving like that, man. I just see KD. KD looking old sometimes, man. He not the same. He not even Brooklyn Nets.
He about 35.
Yeah. Jokic. I think Jokic gonna be the best player in this series, and Devin Booker gonna go out. But Devin Booker, you know what I'm saying? Hey, KCP, Bruce Brown,
Booker done got them out.
Booker
done got them out there before.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
That dude said Suns and what was it? Suns and 5 or Suns and 4?
Yeah, Suns and 4. Yeah.
Jokic can't say that.
Yeah.
Booker can.
I mean,
I'll give y'all that, man, but
you don't think
I'll give y'all that, but
I don't know. I would say you don't think like just like you saying, oh, Jokic's gonna score. You don't think KD gonna score and match that? Like, you don't think Booker gonna match?
Say, man, y'all underestimating. Nuggets been playing hella fire defense, man. Aaron Gordon. I'll put Aaron Gordon on KD and live with the results. If KD just straight up kill Aaron Gordon, I'm gonna live with it.
Who you gonna put on Booker?
If Booker just straight up kill KCP and Bruce Brown, I'm just gonna have to live with it. And Christian Brown coming off the bench and those dudes, I'm gonna have to, because they don't get to the rim. I feel like the only team that could beat the Nuggets is a team that constantly gets to the rim. You don't
think they can run pick and roll?
Them niggas ain't getting to the rim. DeAndre Ayton, we know he's soft. If Ayton was what we need him to be, then maybe. But Ayton's soft as hell, man. He's softer than Cat.
Yeah.
So it's like they not gonna get that many points in the paint because they can take all the middies and threes. That's gonna be cool with the Nuggets because that's where their defense is actually good at.
Yeah.
Is the perimeter and stopping middies and threes. They can't. The Nuggets ain't got no rim protection, and nobody on the Suns attack the rim like that, man. So it's like if this was who?
A Kogi.
Oh, this nigga Monty Williams go kill Booker and Durant again. Go play their ass 40 minutes a game. The Nuggets bench is deeper. I just feel like, man, this just, I feel like that Clipper series showed me too much about the Suns, even though the Suns won, man. There wasn't no good showing in my opinion.
So based on your prediction, be prepared for a full slaughter on of KD slander.
Say, man, and as soon as somebody say that, I'm like, what about Giannis? What about Kawhi?
What do you?
I'm gonna do. I'm like, at least KD got out the first round this time. Y'all just got to see him packing by the 8th seed. I'm like, hey, KD lost to the 1 seed.
No, because you very
KD ain't got no depth.
You got selective outrage. You didn't say anything last year when KD got knocked out the first round.
That was nasty. That was nasty, but I wasn't gonna bring it up. I mean, if somebody said something, I couldn't say nothing. You didn't hear me defending it. What the hell I'm gonna say? Y'all got swear.
I ain't hear you boo it either.
Say, man. I got Nuggets in 5. What y'all got?
I really think you underestimating Phoenix a little bit.
Suns in 6.
Yeah.
What? You agree with that?
I'm not agree with that. I'm gonna go. Honestly, Jokic need to win this one, so I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go Denver in 7. It's not gonna be no. It's not gonna be no easy pickings. It's not gonna be nothing like that. So I don't know.
I feel like the Nuggets.
I feel like you trying to save KD and make the Nuggets look unbeatable or something. I don't know.
Oh wow!
I'm joking. I'm just saying. I'm joking, but I'm exaggerating. But
no, I say, man, that was an impressive first round. That say, man, Timberwolves.
You don't think Suns would have got T Wolves out of there in 4 or 5?
Hell no,
bro.
No.
They're at 8th seed, dude.
Hey, man. I'll put that team up against the Clippers. That Nuggets, bro, that Timberwolves team wouldn't have struggled against that Clippers team.
T-Wolves would have folded. T-Wolves would have folded in those games that Westbrook was taking over. They would have folded.
I'm sorry.
That's just the truth.
I don't see it. So y'all really think that Clippers team, no Kawhi, no Paul George is better than the Timberwolves?
That Clippers team could have beat what's it called? The Suns. But guess what? Devin Booker and KD was playing on another world. That's the only reason they won. Russell Westbrook would have beat any other team in those situations. They needed offensive juggernauts that been battle tested. And guess what? Nobody on the T-Wolves had been battle tested. So I wouldn't have trusted them to even come out of those games.
Mike Conley not doing that no more.
Say, man. So y'all think the Clippers, led by Westbrook and Norman Powell, would have beat the Timberwolves?
Based off how how they looked against the Suns? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't agree, but okay. So Chris, you had Suns and who you had? Nuggets in 7?
I got Nuggets in 7.
Nuggets in 7. And Ray, who you have?
I got Suns in 6.
Man, I got Nuggets in 5. Y'all, and when we come back to this, y'all be like, man, I don't know why I picked the Suns. Man, them niggas did not look good against that. Come on, man. Y'all is hyping up that Clippers team. They had Russell Westbrook and Norman Powell, bro. But moving on. No, that shit nasty. Knicks versus Heat series preview. We really gotta spend too much time on this because, well, it's gonna be an interesting series, but it's janky. This is a janky series because we don't know about Julius Randle. We really don't know if Jimmy Butler hated the Bucks so much, or if he just gonna be playing like this from now on. I feel like he just hated the Bucks, man. if we just go keep it a bean. He was chirping at them dudes. He was getting on Drew Holiday ass. I feel like he hated the Bucks. Who is he gonna find to hate on the Knicks?
He was chirping with the Lakers in the finals.
Who? No, but I'm saying who he gonna be chirping with against the Knicks? Randall, is Randall playing? Remember he got hurt.
Oh well, he gonna be chirping with on the bench then.
And they gonna be talking shit to RJ.
Do RJ be talking?
Boy, I ain't seen RJ.
Josh Hart, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, Josh Hart.
I don't think Josh Hart really a talker either, though.
Josh Hart look like he'll talk a little bit.
He be doing like that little friendly competitive type of talk. He don't be doing no real like trash talk.
I think, man, just looking at this series, bro, this is a janky series, y'all. It's really janky. Okay, let me start with the I guess we'll start the front court. Because you don't know if Julius Randle will play, but you still got Mitchell Robinson, you still got Obi Toppin, Hardenstein, Bam still gonna be by himself. I still think Bam gonna get killed on the boards because we just seen the Cavaliers, who's a good rebounding team, get killed on the boards. So I feel like Miami gonna have rebounding problems. I look at the guards. Josh Hart, Brunson, Quickly. Then you got Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent. I feel like the separator, but I look at Jimmy Butler. I feel like Jimmy Butler gonna have to play out his mind in this series too to win. And it's just like I can't expect bro to go for 38 again on that grade of efficiency. Like I expect him to get like 28, average like 28. But is that gonna be enough to beat the Knicks?
Yeah,
it was enough to take Boston to Game 7 last year.
Yeah,
but now he got even less help.
But it's the Knicks, and he just beat Giannis and them. So in that regard, it's a step down. But I think the Knicks still are a little bit more favorable in this matchup.
I think Thibodeau just a better coach than the coach for Bucks too. Thibodeau go. No, he not better than Spoelstra, but I'm saying Spoelstra gonna have to really put in that grind against Thibodeau. Like it's gonna be a real chess match. Bud didn't change shit up with the Bucks. He just straight went with what he went with, and I think Thibodeau, he the type of dude. Hey, quickly you ain't doing nothing. Oh, Grimes, you hitting? I'm gonna put Grimes in. Oh, Jimmy Butler. And then he know Jimmy Butler. We forgetting. Jimmy Butler played.
Well, that's how he coached Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler wasn't like this though. Jimmy Butler didn't become the Jimmy Butler we know now until he got to the Heat.
I know that, but I'm saying
to still know the dude, and he got some up his sleeve, I'm sure.
Jimmy Butler don't cook.
Jimmy Butler might cook,
but I expect Brunson.
I expect them to throw a double from the jump though. It's crazy. Shaq had said Jimmy Butler not gonna be able to get what he want this game because they gonna be in Milwaukee and they gonna be throwing a double team from the get go. They never did that. I'm sitting there like, so y'all just gonna let him continue to torch y'all? But yeah, I expect the Knicks to from the jump to show a double on Butler.
And we forget, Knicks got the bodies to at
least throw it, Jimmy.
RJ 6'7". Josh Hart
about 6'5", 6'6".
They got a few bodies
to throw at them. Who? I don't know. Grimes coming back. Julius Randle coming back. But and then in the paint, Mitchell Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He a good rim protector, rebounder, and stuff like that. I feel like Bam gonna have the same problems he had against Brook Lopez with Mitchell Robinson. So Bam ain't gonna do shit. I'm not expecting too much from Kevin Love and Gabe Vincent in this series. So it's like, man, how much the whole thing is, do y'all really expect Jimmy Butler to do it alone again?
Back-to-back series. That's really the whole thing.
Not that he can't do it, but do you expect him to do it?
I mean, do I expect him? No, he's really gonna need help. If I'm being honest, he's gonna need like Max Strus to be here, and he's gonna need Gabe Vincent to be doing something. So
Bro, you not hearing these names?
I don't know if he can carry it. I think
These niggas suck, bro. Them niggas suck, Chris.
Bro.
Gabe Vincent, Max, bro, them niggas.
Like, I'm not counting. I know Kyle Lowry out there too, but I'm not like dude's not out there in clutch time. So it was just Jimmy. Like, I know.
What's your series prediction?
I think I'm rolling with Knicks in 6. I think Jimmy will get a couple. But to me, I feel like Jimmy gives like a lot of good games, and then he just exhausts himself, and he can't do nothing else, and so he gonna give up a couple. And I think the Knicks, they're like Tom Thibodeau teams play hard. Tom Thibodeau teams play tough. Tom Thibodeau teams play physical. And Jimmy Butler's physical. He gonna have the Heat ready, like Heat play physical too and everything. But they literally just came. They literally just came off of a tough series with the Bucks, kind of, and Jimmy Butler having to carry them like that. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it again. I don't expect him to. And I'm not to me, I'm not betting on Jimmy Butler. I'm betting on the others, and I don't feel good doing that. So.
And that's where I'm at with it, Chris. Ray, who you
got?
Niggas versus Heat. What's your
prediction?
Heat in 7.
Wow.
Why do you think they go in 7?
I just feel like Jimmy gonna be a little bit gassed, so I don't think it's gonna be just a quick rundown of work how they made it with the Bucks. And the Knicks are hot right now. I mean, they both hot, but it's multiple people on the Knicks versus just one guy on the Heat that was literally carrying the whole team. So I feel like it'll draw out to 7 games. But I do feel like in that game 7, that's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna be the that's what it's gonna come down to. And I trust Jimmy Butler in a game 7 more than I trust the Knicks in a pressure game like that.
I'm good. I'm feeling all
that. I'm with you, Lil Chris. I got Knicks in 6. I think that like you said, Tom Thibodeau is gonna have the Knicks playing just as hard as the Heat play. I feel like the Knicks have more blue chip talent. Like, you look at the Heat roster, Max Strus. I remember when he was in the summer league. Cause I'm a nasty dude. I watch summer league. Dude wasn't getting picked up. He was playing in summer league ball. Gabe Vincent, he didn't get drafted. Duncan Robinson wasn't drafted. Like, all these dudes, they play hard, but they not blue chip talent. And at the end of the day, man, the Knicks got blue chip talent and they play hard. Jalen Brunson just has more help, and he ain't been playing as good as Jimmy Butler, but he's been a top playoff performer too this year, in the first round at least. And I think some of the same problems that Bam struggled with against the Bucks, he gonna struggle with against the Knicks, rebounding and just attacking the rim. He just won't be able to get too much points in the paint. So I just think the separator is going to be Jalen Brunson, not gonna be on Jimmy level, but he's gonna be just slightly under, and he's pretty efficient and consistent. So I got faith in Brunson, and I got faith in Brunson supporting Cash. I got faith in the coach for the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. I love Eric Spoelstra, but I feel like this is gonna be a different chess match for him, and I just don't think he has the bodies, even though he has the superstar. So I do think Jimmy Butler will be brilliant 2 out of the 6 games, and he go get those. But for me to say this dude go get 4 games like he did against the Bucks, that's just too much to ask, really. And quite frankly, he might just be like, I beat Giannis. I don't give a damn about Brunson. And that shit do happen. People are human. So he might not get up for this series as much as he got up for the Bucks series. And then, like Ray said, he might be gas. So I can't just go with the Heat, even though I feel like, say, man, I know what Jimmy Butler is, and it's hard to go against him. But the lack of help and supporting cast, say, man, I can't overlook that.
Yeah, me too.
But, yeah, man, I think that's all. We done covered pretty much everything, and I'm gonna kiss the rest of this Hawks game, I guess. This been one of the most underwhelming. I guess it's heating up now, but I really didn't give a damn about this series, y'all.
I'm gonna be honest. This is a series I've been watching the least, so I feel you.
But we wrap it up. Any last words? Any last things anybody want to say?
Hey, if y'all ain't watching this Boston and Atlanta game, it's a showdown.
I just checked the score. Yeah, I'm about to tune in for real.
Bro, before we get off, man, say, man, this dude Trae Young is sticking in with these niggas by himself. This is crazy.
Oh my god! Oh, we would have finished that.
DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter are 10 for 25, man.
I finna say at halftime, Murray was 0 for 5.
But no lie, whenever I saw that Murray suspension, I was like, well, that's cool because he played his last game and he's not coming back. And then Trae Young really got him another game. So
they was making jokes at Murray. Somebody had tweeted now that they going to Game 6, Murray got to hear it back from Cabo.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's funny. That's fucking
Murray actually responded back to that tweet too.
Yeah, he did.
That nigga, looking at his stats, he is gone mentally. He don't give a damn.
No, in the fourth quarter though, he has hit some key shots so far though. That's why watching the game is important, DJ.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to it. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.